Who would like to do the work? Emily. Okay, so those of you that are new to the work, there's a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. And I invite you just to follow the simple directions and fill in the worksheet with very short, simple, uncomplicated sentences. Okay, sweetheart, what did you write?
My worksheet is on my husband. He just moved in after 6.5 years of separation.
Oh my goodness, how you doing? Yeah? Yeah? A few rough little edges.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So let's hear what you've written.
I am angry at Jim because he hasn't paid child support for the last 6 years.
He hasn't paid child support, is that true?
No.
So just for new people, the work is meditation. It's like, my husband hasn't paid child support. Is it true? Okay, so the answer is either yes or no to those first two questions. And this has nothing to do with Emily, but where my mind's going now is, oh, he paid major child support. He never showed up. I got to raise my children to my specifications 100%. So you just never know what's going to meet you in the silence. So where did your no come from?
Well, it popped up right away that I have asked him on occasion for money, and he's always said yes.
Wow.
And then every time I come to the school, he's watched them, or Nobody, he's watched them, which is a huge thing. He just takes care of them completely, takes them to school, makes their lunches, and just takes over fully. And then he's fully present when he's there.
Yeah.
Plays with them.
Yeah.
More than I do.
Yeah.
He also called me every day for the past 6 years.
And what else?
Oh, he flew from Australia every chance he could. Oh, he took my daughter to the Valentine's Day dance for a weekend from Australia. And he spent all of his money that I wanted him to spend on child support and flying to be with them. And I resented that. I figured, if you're going to live there, you should send us the money and suffer there without them. When he lived in Canada, he flew in as much as he could. He spent every penny flying to see them. Thank you. That's where I got my no.
How do you react when you think the thought, he hasn't paid child support in 6 years?
I feel cheated. I punish him. You owe me. That's where I go. I just feel like he owes me eternally. And I get really critical. Everything he does, I have to wrong him. Just awful, awful.
Now just flow into, as you witness what you've been witnessing, without the thought, he hasn't paid child support in 6.5 years.
I see his generosity. I was trying so hard to take us out to dinner on my birthday. He goes out and buys groceries, cooks dinner for the whole family. He's playful. He wants to walk on the beach with me and swim in the ocean. He makes me laugh. He's really funny.
So he hasn't paid child support in 6.5 years. Turn it around. Let's start with I haven't.
That's a tough
paid
one.
Husband support.
Oh, that's tough, yeah.
In 6.5
Actually, it's
years.
Not. I haven't. I've rejected him over and over again. He invited me to go camping numerous times with the family, and I said, no, you owe me. You go take them. That was where I was coming from. All the times he wanted to be close to me, I pushed him away. I didn't pay my support to him.
My head is with Stephen this morning. He wanted to sit with me and just spend a few moments. And I had my computer, and I was trying to catch up on email. But just for a minute, just for a moment. It was two very urgent, having to do with countries. Urgent. And he's sitting there so amazingly sweet, and he just gets up at some point and he says, I'm going to, he works, he loves to work, he rides. And he says, I think I'm going to go do a little work. No bitterness, he is so much kinder than I am. I can't begin to tell you. And just so gently, and I said, honey, I just got carried away, let's spend some time together. Let's do that, because that's what he wanted to do. So I put my computer completely down and I closed it. And it is so sweet to be with him. Let's look at the next one.
I want Jim to make up for this bottomless debt by paying for everything, always.
It's a want. Is it true?
I found a no.
How do you react when you believe that thought?
I get really angry, and I feel this violence of an obsessive thinking of, well, I just paid for that. Now he owes me.
So it would appear in that hypnotic trance that you're describing that you're living with a loser, a really cheap person, an unfair person, someone that cares more about themselves than you.
One of the images is he's off in Australia taking long, glorious walks by himself, and I'm there picking up the kids, shuttling them here and there, and making lunches, and he's off in sunny Australia, meeting women, who knows.
And the emotions as you're witnessing that movie, that dream.
Just vomit.
Yeah. Okay, so close your eyes. I'm looking at those same images again. Notice your life without this thought.
When he left, he didn't have a job. And he got this job in Canada, and I can be happy that he's building this for himself and actually able to take care of himself instead of me.
One less mouth to feed.
Yeah.
So let's turn it around. This is going to be good.
I want me to make up for this bottomless debt by paying for everything always for him.
Of course.
But I did that.
Oh, really?
I did.
Really?
Okay, not in all those other ways that he, supported me.
But still, at the restaurant, you're not excited about paying the bill.
No.
So read it again.
So,
turned around.
I want me to make up for this bottomless debt by paying for everything always.
What do you see there in that turnaround?
It takes me out of victim, the place of being a victim around money, and makes it about the relationship with my partner.
Thank you.
What I noticed is the abundance that I tap into when I'm willing to pay for everything everywhere. What a great place to live from.
Thank you.
And as you shift into this, that authentic shift, when someone wants to pay the bill, you just think, oh, you You just see true generosity where you used to be suspicious. The next one.
He shouldn't think that he can make it right with a few groceries, dinners, and clothes.
This is a fascinating question. He owes you. Is it true?
I'm feeling a yes.
Can you absolutely know that it's true that he owes you?
I'm still hanging on, yes.
And how do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? He owes you.
It's toxic. I walk around with like 100 extra pounds. So angry and venomous. I feel wronged, cheated.
Okay, I invite all of you to close your eyes and just speak out loud, one at a time, and if it overlaps, that's okay, how you react when you think the thought that family member or that person close to you owes you.
Gossip about me.
So just flow into who you would be without the thought, he owes me.
Grateful. Loving. Supportive.
He owes me. Turned around, I owe
him. It's really rich. All that I owe him. He's been so tenaciously there for me. I owe him for that. That presence. Every time I get scared, he's there for me. I owe him for that. Teaches the kids how to surf. I owe him a lot.
So put a monetary value on that.
It's infinite, like that bottomless debt.
So he owes me.
I owe me.
Where have you cost you in this relationship?
So many times. I've turned my back on him, shut him out, put a wall up, not laughed at his funny jokes. I refused to pay the bill when we went to Mammoth. I just flat out refused, and he said it was my turn.
You owe him.
Make it right.
And pay him the bill from Mammoth. You owe him.
I do.
You can never repay it.
I owe him, and I owe me, because I suffer when I don't.
And the mind will trick you out of it again.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, let's see, he at least owed the tax on that. Okay, Emily.
I need Jim to acknowledge and admit that he hasn't helped financially the way a father should.
Another turnaround.
I might need help.
I need me.
I need me to acknowledge and admit that I haven't helped financially the way a mother should. It's been ugly the way I help.
Yeah.
Really unkind.
Yeah. And your kids have
Bitter.
picked up on that.
My daughter says, "What do you mean? Are we poor?" I teach her that.
Yeah. And the last one?
I don't ever want him to stop helping support our children again.
I'm willing to.
I'm willing for him to stop helping support our children again.
I look forward to.
And I look forward to him stop helping support our children.
Yeah.
So I can start paying
more attention to what you're thinking.
And just my owing. I want to pay now. I want to feel what that's like in my new shoes.
Yeah, exciting.
It is really.
Yeah, I'm
excited.
willing to see him as small and fearful around money. I look forward to it.
And comfort him in that instead of get it together.
And comfort yourself in it. And then that other, it just comes naturally. Yeah. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you, Katie.
So,
Thank you.
so one reason that so much can come out of this is she identified what she really didn't like about him. She nailed it, and she put it on the worksheet in short, simple sentences. In other words, she followed those directions. So what did you notice about your own lives and experience in Emily's piece?
I have a son who turns 18 at the end of June, and I've been in this place of deep constriction because I was terrorizing and terrifying myself with child support's going to end. I bought him this beautiful bed, and he's moving to his dad's. I'm like, you're not taking your bed. It's his bed. Why wouldn't I want him to have that comfort? And I felt in this place of
Isn't that a good one?
I felt in this place of terror and tightness, like I was watching this train passing that had celebration in it, and I was missing it because I was too busy on the side being tight and afraid. Thank you.
Yes.
I could just see one incident where he was looking for the compost bucket, and it's like, where the hell's the bucket? And I was so upset with him for once again accusing me, and I was like, what would it be like if he says, where the hell's the compost bucket? And I'm so grateful that he's even putting his tea bag in the bucket.
Yeah.
What a sweet... That he would notice that we have a compost bucket, that he would notice that somebody's moved it. Just... And instead I spent hours thinking he ought to apologize to me.
Yes.
I got excited about, I just wrote a list of the worksheets of people that I have believed owed me.
Isn't that a good idea? You know, those people that owe you, to write an individual list of every person and then do this inquiry, like, they owe me. Is it true? And for each individual person, and notice what comes up, because you're going to see like a strand that runs through that will wake you up in ways that you cannot even imagine. Thank you, Emily. In this dream world that we call earth and life, and its duality, you know, it's like there's good and evil and right and wrong and up and down and left and right, you know, polarity, right and wrong, and as we question our mind, we leave the other world. We leave the world of duality, and we find ourselves in a whole other paradigm right here on earth, in earth. You know, it's just like a whole other world that, because we're believing our thoughts, we don't have the privilege of seeing. And we question them, and it just begins to open and open, and it leaves the world without an enemy.